So in the dialogue with Yosef and Ashes Potiphar, the wife of Potiphar, that seduced him, it says in 39:9, "Inenu gadol b'bayis hazeh mimeni." There's nobody who is greater in the house than I, meaning I'm the second in command. He didn't withhold anything from me. Only you, because you're his wife. And how could I do this thing and be a sinner to God? So the question is, in the beginning, he's discussing that it would be wrong because of his relationship with her husband. But then at the end, it ends up saying, and his problem was, it's a sin against God. So why does he start off discussing the sin against mankind, meaning her husband, and end off with the fact that it would be a sin against God, that adultery is forbidden? So, I'm not sure if it's a kasha, but if it is, because, again, simply, he was saying both ideas. But I saw that Rabbi Yaakov Zimmer says a very interesting idea. The Medrash tells us that Ashes Potiphar wasn't just some desperate housewife. She was a woman that saw in the zodiac. She saw, if that's the right word. She saw in the mazalos. She saw in the help me out over here. In the stars. She saw that she was destined to have children with Yosef. So, as we all know, this activity is what brings children. So she was not trying to just, be inappropriate. She thought she was doing the right thing. She saw that she was destined to have children with Yosef. Now, she was wrong because it was her daughter, Asnas, that gave birth to Yosef's children. Okay? Now, this could be is what Yosef told her. Very interesting. You think that this is what Hashem wants? How can it be what Hashem wants? You think Hashem wants people to engage in activities that are so wrong from the eyes of mankind? This is the way he wants to learn the psukim. Very, very fascinating. I thought it was interesting, so I want to share it with you. They're not two different things. They're really one thing. Okay? Ask the kasha this way. This way, maybe it's a kasha, and then we'll answer it this way. Is Joseph saying two things? That the reason why I'm not going to do this is because it's a sin against your husband and it's a sin against God. Or is he saying one thing? So it could be it's really one thing. So why did he start off with a sin against mankind and end off with a sin against God? The answer is, what Yosef told her was, it doesn't make any sense that this is what Hashem wants. Because since it's a sin against mankind, it's something which society despises, how can it be that that's what God wants? If you would do something which would be a bad thing to your husband, how could that be that that's what God would want? If it's something which is a very terrible thing to do for your husband, then for sure it can't be what God wanted. So according to this verse, we answered the kasha. It's not two different things. It's one thing. What he told her was, I know you mean well, but it can't be that this is what God wants. Because why would God want us to do something that would be a sin against mankind? So that's the answer to the kasha. It's not two different things. It's really v'chatasi l'elokim. Doing this would be a sin against God. That's not what God wants. What's the raya? That's not what God wants. Because it's a sin against man. God would never want me to do something that would be a sin. So it's not two different things. It's one thing. And that's what he told her. He said, you must be wrong. In fact, he was right. She was wrong. It was with her daughter. But lady, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Because there's no way that I'm going to do something in the name of God, which cannot be the name of God, because if it's a sin against mankind, there's no way that that's what Hashem wanted. So it's really one reason. Shabbat Shalom.